Dear students and respected viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Today it is 15th of July 2020. As you know, we are reading history and we have to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 9, and the name of the chapter is Post-Mauryan Period 200 BC to 300 AD, in which we will talk about the post-Mauryan period, that is the kingdoms who came into being after the Mauryan Empire. When we are talking about the Mauryan Empire, then in our previous chapter, that is chapter number 7, in which we talked in detail about the Mauryan Empire, in which we talked about the different kings of the Mauryan Empire. Now we have to talk about the about the post-Mauryan period. This is our main topic about which we have to discuss, we have to talk today. Post-Mauryan period 200 BC to 300 AD. Introduction. In our introduction, in short, we will talk about those kingdoms which came into being after the fall of the Mauryan Empire. That means when the Mauryan Empire came into decline, when it fallen, then the new kingdoms, small kingdoms came into being, especially in the southern part of India. When we are talking about this post-Mauryan period, we have to talk about the southern region of Indian subcontinent, in which we will talk about the Cholas, the Pandas and the Cheras, about these three kingdoms. In this way, we will talk about the literature from which we are getting the information about these kingdoms, and we will also talk about their art and architecture, about the administration and other things in this chapter. This is called as Sangam age. Why? What do we mean by the Sangam? First of all, let us come to know about that. Sangam means assembly. Sangam in general means assembly. This is called Sangam age because all our knowledge is based on Sangam literature, right? We will talk about the three kingdoms like Cholas, Pandas and Cheras. That means we have to talk about all these three kingdoms, how they were fought, how they have fought the different wars with each other. Not only this, where these kingdoms were situated, they were situated in the southern region of the river Krishna. As we have already discussed, the Chola kingdom was situated between the river Pennar and the Vellore rivers. In our last chapter, we have talked about them. Now, when we are talking about it, the Sangam age, then the literature that is based on that is Sangam literature. That is why it is called as Sangam age. First of all, what does Sangam mean? Sangam means assembly. Sangam means assemblies. Three assemblies called Sangam were held under the patronage of Pandas. That means the Pandas kingdom, under their patronage, they have brought scholars, writers for the discussions, debates, and for other purposes, right? Especially for the purpose of composing or writing for anything. And when we, in this period, when they have combined, we have brought together the writers and scholars, that was called as assembly or a Sangam. For example, for this, we will take the example of morning assembly, where all the students are brought for the prayer meetings, that is called as morning assembly. However, in this period, the writers and the scholars were brought together for the purpose of discussion and debate, as well as for the purpose of writings, and that is why it is called as assembly or Sangam. Three kingdoms, and these kingdoms were constantly at war with each other. This led the writers and scholars to compose poems, but the poems at the first gatherings were lost. For example, this is very easy to understand. We in Kashmir are constantly in dilemma, in confusion, in chaos and confusion. For now, when we are in such a state of mind, the people here are also writing, they are also composing the poems and other things. As you can also understand it, that we have in Kashmiri language, जिसे हम तराना कहते हैं, songs. All these are written because of this chaos and confusion which is in Kashmir. So when there were constant war with among the three kingdoms, so commonly the writers and scholars of that time, they composed the different poems. But unfortunately, those poems which were composed at the first gathering, that means three assemblies, when they gathered at a certain place under the patronage of Pandavas, that was lost. But the second and the third meeting were compiled in the form of 8 books, and in our book it is written they are 2000 poems, and these are called as etogi or 8 anthologies. These are the main source of information about the life of people. That is why when this is called, this is the Sangam literature, in which there are 8 books, 2000 poems written by different scholars and writers, and these all give us the tailored information about this period. That is why this period is called as Sangam age. In this chapter we have to also talk about the early Southern Kingdom, early South Indian kingdoms, right? First of all, when we are talking about the post-Mauryan period, then we have to talk about we have to talk about the southern region, not of the northern region. This southern region, as you will see also it on the map, in the today's map, we have a long and vast coastline. That is a vast area is on the sea, right? And this land is very fertile. There are hills, plateaus and river valleys, and one was the river Kaveri, the most fertile river valley. But this river valley was not easily accessible to the northern empire builders. In other words, southern region is very far away from the north region. For example, if I or we people have to travel to Bengaluru, Mysuru or Kerala, Cochin, Chennai in Tamil Nadu, it is nearly 3000 kilometers away from our Kashmir to the southern part of India. Through this, we can easily understand that this is very far away from we people. So it was not easy for the northern empire builders to build their empire in southern region. Now in the southern region, we have a main kingdom, that is Cholas. And as you know, this kingdom was situated on the Pennar, between the Pennar and the Valu rivers, and this is popularly known as Chola Mandalam. And Kerikala was the most famous and powerful king of the Chola kingdom. But being the powerful and being powerful king, he was always in constant war with the other kingdoms. When we are talking about the other kingdoms in southern region, then it is Pandavas and Cheras. And in the battle of Vini, he defeated both the Cheras and the Pandavas. Not only this, he has not kept his power limited to the southern region, southern part of India, but he has also attacked Sri Lanka and hence occupied the northern part of Sri Lanka. He also constructed many roads to encourage trade with other countries. But after the death of Kerikala, we have seen the decline of the power, decline of the Chola kingdom, but within the same time, under the rule of Vijayawala, it revived only in the 9th century AD. This means that if this kingdom had been in constant war with the other kingdoms like as Cheras and Pandavas, but this kingdom was very strong, all in its shape, as it defeated the other kingdoms as well as it attacked Sri Lanka. It also built roads, it constructed roads, buildings, temples. And as after the death of this powerful man, powerful kingdom, no doubt it started declining, but within the small period of time, it also revived very soon. We have already talked about the Pandavas in our previous chapter. We have also talked about the Cholas, but we have not talked about the Cheras. As you know, their capital was Maduri, as I told you in the previous chapter. They came to power after defeating the Satyaputras. That means that was also a kingdom. And their rulers, one among them was Nudun Chizhan. He was so very powerful. He was so much powerful that he defeated combined army of Cholas and Cheras. That means this man was very powerful in its strength that he defeated the combined army of two empires, two kingdoms. Through this point, we can understand that this man was very powerful as well as he was great in his tactics, in war tactics, that he otherwise this is not possible for a king to defeat the combined army of two empires. For example, if we will understand at the present moment that a single country cannot defeat the two combined countries if they are good in power. For example, if India is going to war with the China, or China is going war with any other country, no doubt if it will defeat. But if the two countries are combined, when the countries are good in their power and strength, China or India cannot defeat them. He also, this man, Nindu Chizhan, that is why I have written he, also arranged the Sangam of scholars, that is assembly of scholars. And as I told you that this Sangam literature or these scholars, as they were brought together under the patronage of Pandavas. This kingdom was known for its perilous, it exported perilous to the Roman Empire. That means, first of all, when we are talking about the Sangam age, the Sangam literature, then we are talking about the scholars, writers. But these scholars and writers, they were brought together by the Pandavas. And this literature gives us a vast information, knowledge about the kingdoms, that is Cholas, Pandavas and Cheras, about their import, about their export, about their economy, administration. If in the modern times we have information about them, it is because of Sangam, and that had been under the patronage of Pandavas.